Alright, so this power steering pump's got a wicked shimmy in there. So obviously a bearing or something here is going bad. I'm gonna replace it. Try to drain the rest out by, there's a space in between the radiator, I'm sorry, the alternator in the front of the vehicle, so just doing this to drain out the rest that's inside this reservoir, which, like I said, it's pretty empty. While I'm doing that, I can multitask. So the belt will just leave here for now. Up top here is a 14mm bolt. If yours is fairly clean, mark where it was. I don't have that problem because this one's so rusted out that it's left some pretty good imprint on there, so at least you know where to put the power steering pump back at. Now I'm going to come down to the front right here, get these other 14mm bolt holding the front on. Now we got that big behemoth on the top right here, which is a 24. No, I'm not that strong. I cracked it loose earlier. Trying to get sizes. There we go. Now this is gonna be the kind of the same thing here. It's gonna this hose up and out of the way. And then you can do away with this because you don't want to reuse those copper washers. And now you're able to actually get this belt off of and there's the pump. So now we gotta disassemble this pump. We gotta take this off, and put it onto the new one. It's gonna be full, so definitely keep it in or near a bucket. So two 12mm. Okay. Continue to let that drain, and we're gonna pick out this rubber gasket. So we're going to put a new gasket in there. So for this particular make and model, this is actually a nut instead of you needing a gear puller. Well, you need to get this nut off first. It's an 18 millimeter. Start this over. All right, so it would be easier to do on the car. I'm doing it off the car. Do it on the car. Do yourself a favor. Shove a screwdriver in here, and then take off this 18 millimeter nut. But I'm doing it this way. So we'll get this out. Get this nut off. And that. Take out my screwdriver that I jammed in there. Oh. And that's your old power steering pump, which if you purchase the part that I got in there, you're going to be sending that back. Here's your new one. Put it on the same way. Which one went down? Right there. Perfect. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to lodge a screwdriver in here and tighten it up all the way. Shorter bolt will go up top, so that's how you'll know the difference between that. You're okay with a hole in his muffler, thinking it's an awesome car. Gotta love it to be young again, right guys? All right, so the longer one. Again, we're not going to tighten it up all the way. So make sure you fill your belt. It should be really tight, so that's perfect how that is. And then I'll finish out the bottom one right here. Let me see if I can get it with this. All right, perfect. It's really tight. Now, if you wanted to change your belt, you would have to remove the alternator, move it, and all that fun stuff. So they didn't say anything about replacing the belt. So I'm not going to worry about that. I save all those parts because you are gonna be sending that back, and you definitely want to have not have fluid be leaking every which way. So same thing you do like a caliper. We're gonna put one up top here. It's copper That'll seal that up. And then put one more on the bottom of this. Snake, there we go. And get it lined up nice and straight. Don't want to cross thread anything at this point. You're so close to being done. I looked this job up. It was $600. Now that price may vary for state to state, shop to shop, all that stuff. But that's what they wanted for this here. So you're gonna be able to do this yourself. Now, you're going to ask, now before I get all these emails or horrible comments, the reason why I'm not draining the entire system, which normally I would, except this car is in very rough shape. So far, everything that has been touched has broke. It's just completely liquefied. There's going to be a couple more videos added to this. All of that'll be in a video. So like I said, that is the reason why. It's not because I'm being lazy. It's because that's literally what has to happen with this car. Alright, so it started it. Just going back and forth with the wheel. Both tires are up off the ground. Ooh, it's already so much quieter. What I'm doing is going left and right with the wheel, just pumping the fluid through. Now we'll recheck it. Nice and quiet now. I'll see if I can find a before video. It was really loud. So you know what? Now that I know that this is coming off, I might. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. So it still looks like chocolate milk. So I think I'm going to take this back off again and keep draining and keep cycling it through. Because I looked underneath the car and it's in really rough shape. Like all the lines look pretty bad. So oh yeah, it's nice and quiet now. So yeah, one thing I did was I just kept draining, refilling, draining, refilling. It was pretty black, looking like chocolate milk, but then it did over time get a little clear. So I'm gonna leave it alone. It's nice and quiet. It's no more grinding. You don't hear the power steering pump clicking really hard anymore. And yeah, so that's how you replace that power steering pump.